Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Last week, I watched a 67-year-old woman walk into a coffee shop, and every head in that place turned. Not because she was trying too hard, not because she was dressed inappropriately for her age, but because she was absolutely radiant with her gorgeous silver hair, flowing freely, wearing it like a crown of wisdom and confidence. And you know what? 3 younger women actually approached her to ask about her hair routine. They wanted to know her secret. The truth is, she didn't have some expensive treatment or miracle product. She had something far more powerful. She had embraced her natural beauty and learned how to work with it, not against it. But here's what really caught my attention. As I listened to their conversation, I realized this woman knew something that millions of people are missing. She understood that gray hair isn't something to hide from or be ashamed of. It's actually one of your greatest assets if you know how to use it right. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Easy for her to say she probably had perfect genes. Or, I could never pull that off. But what if I told you that confidence with gray hair isn't about having perfect genetics? What if I told you that there are specific, practical steps that anyone can take to not just accept their gray hair, but to absolutely rock it? What if I told you that some of the most confident, attractive people you see walking around aren't trying to look 20 years younger? They're embracing exactly who they are right now, and it's magnetic. Today, I'm going to share with you 12 powerful lessons that will completely transform how you think about and style your gray hair. These aren't just tips, they're confidence builders that will have you walking taller, smiling brighter, and feeling more attractive than you have in years. So if you're ready to discover how to turn your silver strands into your greatest strength, let's dive in. Lesson 1. Understand that gray hair is not the enemy. The first thing you need to understand is this. Gray hair is not a sign that you've given up or let yourself go. It's actually a sign of experience, wisdom, and natural beauty that's been developing over decades. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. Are you more like Joe, ready to embrace your natural magnificence? Or are you still fighting a battle that's costing you time, money, and peace of mind? The truth is, gray hair is beautiful hair. The sooner you accept this fundamental truth, the sooner you can start working with your natural assets instead of against them. Lesson 2. Nourish your hair from the inside out. Now, here's something most people don't realize about gray hair. It behaves differently than pigmented hair. It can be more fragile, drier, and sometimes more wiry. But here's the good news. You can absolutely improve its texture and shine by feeding your body the right nutrients. Your hair is essentially a reflection of your overall health. When you nourish your body properly, your hair, including your beautiful gray strands, will respond with improved strength, shine, and manageability. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids are particularly important for hair health. Think salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. These healthy fats help keep your hair moisturized from the inside out, giving your gray hair that lustrous shine you're looking for. Protein is equally crucial. Your hair is made primarily of protein, so including adequate amounts of lean meats, beans, lentils, eggs, and nuts in your diet will help maintain hair strength and thickness. Don't forget about foods high in antioxidants either. Berries, leafy greens, and colorful vegetables help protect your hair follicles from damage and support healthy hair growth. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 65-year-old who transformed her dull, brittle gray hair simply by changing her diet. She started eating a handful of walnuts daily and increased her vegetable intake. Within 3 months, people were complimenting her on how shiny and healthy her silver hair looked. Ask yourself this: what's your current relationship with nutrition? Are you feeding your hair the building blocks it needs to look its absolute best? Remember, beautiful hair starts from within. When you nourish your body, your hair will thank you with improved texture, strength, and that natural radiance that no product can replicate. If you're finding this helpful so far, comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. Lesson 3. Master the art of proper hydration. Here's something that will surprise you about gray hair. It's naturally drier than pigmented hair. This is because, as we age, our scalp produces less natural oil, and gray hair has a different structure that doesn't retain moisture as easily. But here's the secret. Once you understand this, you can work with it instead of against it, and your gray hair can become incredibly lustrous and soft. First, let's talk about hydration from the inside. Your hair is about 25% water, so staying properly hydrated is crucial for hair health. Most older adults don't drink enough water throughout the day. The general recommendation is about 8 cups of water daily, but listen to your body and adjust as needed. Now, let's talk about external hydration. Gray hair responds beautifully to deep conditioning treatments. I'm not talking about expensive salon procedures. You can create effective treatments right at home. Consider Robert, a 70-year-old retiree who complained his gray hair felt like straw. He started using a deep conditioning mask once a week, just a simple mixture of coconut oil and honey that he left on for 20 minutes before shampooing. He also switched to a sulfate-free shampoo and only washed his hair every other day instead of daily. The transformation was remarkable. His hair went from brittle and dull to soft and shiny. People started asking if he'd gotten professional treatments. On the flip side, there's Linda, who washes her hair daily with harsh shampoos and never uses conditioner because she thinks it will make her hair greasy. Her gray hair looks lifeless and feels rough to the touch. Here's what I want you to consider. How are you currently caring for your hair's moisture needs? Are you overwashing and stripping away natural oils? Or are you giving your hair the hydration it craves? The truth is, well-hydrated gray hair has a natural luminosity that's absolutely stunning. When you master proper hydration, your silver strands will catch the light beautifully and feel soft to the touch. Lesson 4. Embrace the right haircut for your face and lifestyle. Now, let's talk about something that can make or break your gray hair confidence. Your haircut. The right cut can make your gray hair look intentional, stylish, and absolutely gorgeous. The wrong cut can make even the most beautiful silver hair look unkempt or aging. Here's the truth. Not every hairstyle that looked good on you in your 30s will work with your gray hair in your 60s, and that's perfectly okay. This is an opportunity to discover new styles that are even more flattering. Gray hair often has more texture and body than it did when it was pigmented. This can actually be a huge advantage if you work with a stylist who understands how to cut gray hair properly. Take Susan, a 55-year-old accountant, who had been wearing the same shoulder-length style for 20 years. When her gray came in, it looked flat and shapeless in her old cut. She worked with a stylist who understood mature hair and got a chin-length bob with subtle layers. The result? Her gray hair looked full, modern, and incredibly chic. She got more compliments on her hair than she'd received in decades. Compare that to Patricia, who's 68, and still trying to maintain the long, straight style she wore in her 40s. Her gray hair looks thin and stringy in that length, and she's constantly frustrated with how it looks. Here's what you need to consider. What does your current hairstyle do for your gray hair? Does it enhance its natural texture and body, or is it working against these qualities? A good cut for gray hair typically has some layering to add movement and prevent that flat, aging look. It should complement your face shape and, importantly, should be manageable for your lifestyle. Ask yourself, when was the last time you really evaluated whether your hairstyle is serving you? Are you holding on to a cut from your past, or are you open to discovering something new that celebrates who you are today? Lesson 5. Use color strategically, not desperately. Now, let's address something that confuses many people, transitioning to gray hair. You might think embracing gray means you can never use color again. That's simply not true. The key is using color strategically to enhance your gray, not hide it. There's a big difference between desperately trying to cover every strand of gray and strategically using color to create depth and dimension in your silver hair. Highlights, lowlights, and subtle color blending can actually make your gray hair look richer and more dimensional. Some people find that adding just a few darker lowlights makes their gray appear more vibrant. Others discover that subtle highlights around the face create a brightening effect that's incredibly flattering. Let me tell you about Frank, a 61-year-old who was completely gray but felt his hair looked flat and one-dimensional. Instead of covering all the gray, his stylist added some darker brown lowlights throughout. The result looked natural, sophisticated, and gave his hair incredible depth and richness. Then there's Beverly, who was so afraid of any gray showing that she was dyeing her hair jet black every 3 weeks. Not only did this look harsh and unnatural, but the constant maintenance was damaging her hair and costing her a fortune. Here's the key insight. Strategic color enhances your natural gray beauty. Desperate color covering fights against it. If you choose to use color with your gray hair, work with a professional who understands mature hair and can create a look that works with your gray, not against it. The goal isn't to look like you did 20 years ago, it's to look like the most beautiful version of yourself today. Ask yourself, If you use color, are you enhancing your natural beauty or fighting against it? Are you making choices from a place of confidence or fear? Comment below if you're learning something new about working with gray hair. Lesson 6. Develop a styling routine that works with your hair's natural texture. Here's something many people don't realize about gray hair. It often has a different texture than your original hair color. Some people find their gray hair is more wiry or coarse. Others discover it's softer or has more wave than before. The secret to gorgeous gray hair is learning to work with this new texture, not against it. Gray hair often has more body and natural volume than pigmented hair. This is actually a wonderful thing once you learn how to enhance these qualities. If your gray hair has developed more wave or curl, embrace it. Use products designed for textured hair and learn techniques that enhance your natural pattern rather than fighting it. Consider Dorothy, a 64-year-old who spent years flattering her naturally wavy gray hair because she thought it looked messy. Once she learned to work with her natural texture using the right products and techniques, her hair looked fuller, more youthful, and required much less daily styling. She now gets compliments on her beautiful waves everywhere she goes. On the other hand, there's George, whose gray hair became coarser than his original brown hair. Instead of working with this texture, he was still trying to style it the same way he did 20 years ago. His hair looked perpetually unkempt and frustrated him daily. The solution? He learned that his coarser gray hair actually held style better and looked great with a bit of texture cream and a different styling approach. Now, his hair looks intentionally tousled and incredibly stylish. Here's what you need to understand. Your gray hair might behave differently than your hair used to, and that's not a problem to solve. It's an opportunity to discover new styling possibilities. The key is patience and experimentation. Try different products designed for your hair's current texture. Learn new styling techniques that work with your hair's natural tendencies. Ask yourself, are you still trying to make your gray hair behave like it did decades ago? Or are you curious about discovering what your hair wants to do naturally now? When you work with your hair's natural texture instead of against it, styling becomes easier. Your hair looks healthier, and you'll spend less time fighting with it every morning. Lesson 7. Choose clothing colors that make your gray hair shine. One of the most exciting things about having gray hair is discovering how certain colors in your wardrobe can make your silver strands absolutely luminous. The right clothing colors won't just complement your hair, they'll make it look like it's glowing from within. Many people with gray hair make the mistake of thinking they need to wear muted, age-appropriate colors. This couldn't be further from the truth. Gray hair is actually incredibly versatile and can be stunning with both bold and soft colors when chosen correctly. Gray hair tends to look spectacular with jewel tones. Deep emerald greens, rich sapphire blues, and vibrant purples can make silver hair look absolutely radiant. These colors create a beautiful contrast that makes both your hair and your complexion come alive. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 69-year-old who had always worn beige and brown because she thought they were safe colors for someone her age, when she started experimenting with deeper colors, a beautiful teal blouse, a rich burgundy scarf. People began complimenting not just her outfits, but specifically how gorgeous her silver hair looked. She realized the right colors were actually making her hair appear more vibrant and lustrous. Compare that to Harold, who sticks exclusively to gray and black clothing because he thinks it matches his gray hair. Unfortunately, this creates a washed-out effect that makes both his hair and his complexion look dull. Certain colors can also bring out the specific tones in your gray hair. If your hair has warmer yellowish undertones, colors like coral, warm blues, and soft yellows can be incredibly flattering. If your hair has cooler undertones, try jewel tones, clear blues, and colors with blue or pink bases. White and cream can also be stunning with gray hair, creating a fresh, sophisticated look. But avoid colors that are too similar to your hair tone, as they can create that washed-out effect. Here's what I want you to consider. What colors make you feel most confident and vibrant? Have you been playing it too safe with your color choices? The truth is, gray hair gives you permission to be bold with color in ways you might not have been before. Your silver strands can handle dramatic, beautiful colors that might have competed with darker hair. Lesson 8. Master the confidence mindset shift. Now we're getting to the heart of the matter. All the hair care tips in the world won't help if you don't make this crucial mindset shift. Gray hair is not something you settle for. It's something you can be genuinely excited about. Society has programmed us to believe that aging, including graying, is something to hide or be ashamed of. But what if I told you that this belief is not only wrong, but it's actually holding you back from looking and feeling your absolute best? Gray hair represents experience, wisdom, and a life well lived. It's a badge of honor that shows you've survived challenges, gained knowledge, and earned your place in the world. When you start thinking about your gray hair this way, your entire relationship with it changes. Let me share the story of Maria, 72-year-old grandmother, who initially felt invisible when her hair went completely silver. She thought people would dismiss her or see her as just another old lady. But when she shifted her mindset and started carrying herself with pride in her appearance, something amazing happened. People began seeking her advice, complimenting her sophisticated look, and treating her with the respect and admiration she deserved. The difference wasn't in her hair, it was in how she felt about herself. Here's the fundamental truth. Confidence is attractive at any age, with any hair color. When you feel good about how you look, other people respond to that positive energy. But confidence isn't something that just happens overnight. It's something you build through self-care, positive self-talk, and making choices that honor your worth. Ask yourself, when you look in the mirror, what's the first thought that goes through your head? Are you criticizing yourself or appreciating the unique beauty you possess? Lesson 9, build a gray hair care routine that actually works. Let's get practical. Having gorgeous gray hair isn't just about accepting it, it's about caring for it properly. Gray hair has specific needs, and when you meet those needs, the results can be absolutely stunning. First, let's talk about washing frequency. Gray hair typically doesn't need to be washed as often as pigmented hair because it tends to be drier. For most people with gray hair, washing every other day or even every 3 days is plenty. This allows your hair's natural oils to nourish and protect your strands. When you do wash, use sulfate-free shampoos. Sulfates are harsh detergents that can strip gray hair of its natural moisture, leaving it brittle and dull. Look for shampoos specifically formulated for mature or gray hair. Here's a game changer: purple or blue tone shampoos. These can help counteract any yellow or brassy tones that sometimes develop in gray hair, keeping your silver looking crisp and bright. But don't use these every time you wash. Once or twice a week is usually enough. Conditioning is non-negotiable with gray hair. Every time you shampoo, follow with a moisturizing conditioner. Focus on the mid-lengths and ends of your hair where dryness is most common. Consider James, a 68-year-old who transformed his lackluster gray hair simply by changing his routine. He switched to washing every other day with a sulfate-free shampoo, used a purple shampoo once a week, and never skipped conditioner. He also added a weekly deep conditioning treatment. Within a month, his hair went from dull and wiry to soft and lustrous. On the other hand, there's Ruth, who still washes her hair daily with whatever shampoo is on sale and rarely uses conditioner. Despite having naturally beautiful silver hair, poor care habits leave it looking dry and lifeless. Weekly deep conditioning treatments can be particularly beneficial for gray hair. You can use store-bought masks or create your own with ingredients like coconut oil, avocado, or honey. Don't forget about heat protection if you use styling tools. Gray hair can be more susceptible to heat damage, so always use a heat protectant product before blow-drying, curling, or straightening. Ask yourself, what does your current hair care routine look like? Are you giving your gray hair the specific care it needs to look its best? The truth is, when you treat your gray hair with the care and attention it deserves, it will reward you with incredible shine, softness, and manageability. Lesson 10. Understand the transition process and how to navigate it gracefully. If you're currently covering your gray and thinking about transitioning to your natural color, let's talk about how to do this in a way that keeps you feeling confident throughout the process. The transition to gray hair doesn't have to be awkward or uncomfortable. With the right approach, you can actually look stylish and intentional throughout the entire journey. One popular method is the gradual transition. Instead of stopping color cold turkey, you can slowly reduce the frequency of your color treatments and ask your stylist to use colors closer to your natural gray. This creates a more gradual, less dramatic change. Some people choose the grow out method, where they get a shorter haircut and let their natural gray grow in from the roots. This can actually be quite stylish if done with the right cut. Lesson 11. Accessorize to enhance your silver beauty. Here's something that can instantly elevate your gray hair look: the right accessories. When chosen thoughtfully, Accessories can make your silver hair look more intentional, stylish, and absolutely gorgeous. Jewelry plays a crucial role in complementing gray hair. Silver hair creates a beautiful backdrop for both silver and gold jewelry. But the key is understanding what works best with your specific coloring. If your gray hair has cool undertones, silver, white, gold, and platinum jewelry will create a cohesive, elegant look. If your gray has warmer undertones, gold and rose gold can be stunning and create a beautiful contrast. Pearls and gray hair are a classic combination that never goes out of style. The luster of pearls complements the silver in your hair beautifully and adds an element of sophistication to any outfit. Lesson 12. Embrace the lifestyle that supports your best self. Your hair is just one part of your overall vitality and confidence. To truly rock your gray hair, you need to support it with a lifestyle that promotes health, energy, and well-being from the inside out. Regular physical activity isn't just good for your body, it's fantastic for your hair. Exercise improves circulation, including blood flow to your scalp, which delivers nutrients to your hair follicles. Plus, the confidence and energy you get from staying active shows in everything you do, including how you carry yourself and care for your appearance. Stress management is equally important. Chronic stress can actually affect hair health and texture. Finding healthy ways to manage stress, whether through meditation, hobbies, social connection, or other relaxation techniques, will benefit both your hair and your overall well-being. Social connection also plays a role in how confident and attractive you feel. Staying connected with friends, family, and community gives you that inner glow that makes any hair color look beautiful. Regular health checkups are important too. Sometimes hair changes can indicate underlying health issues that are easily addressed when caught early. So there you have it, 12 powerful lessons that can completely transform your relationship with your gray hair. The choice is yours. You can continue fighting against your natural beauty, spending time and money trying to be someone you're not. Or you can embrace who you are, enhance your natural assets, and step into a confidence that's been waiting for you all along. Your turn now. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share one thing you learned from this video that you're excited to try. Are you going to experiment with new colors in your wardrobe? Start a new hair care routine. Make that appointment for a flattering haircut. Or maybe you're ready to begin your transition to natural gray. Whatever it is, share it in the comments. Your journey might inspire someone else who's watching. And if this video helped you see your gray hair in a new light, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other people discover these confidence-building tips too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss new content about looking and feeling your absolute best at every stage of life. Until next time, keep shining and rock that silver look with pride.